Welcome back to Whitt Acres. They're calling for snow. I love it how all the chickens and the ducks get loud whenever they see me walk out. It's still early, ladies. I shouldn't even be letting you out. But I got some work to do up here, so I might as well. Open the duck gate. Come on, ladies. They all go together? Oh, come on, girl. What are you doing? You were last yesterday. What's going on? You just not sure of the gate? It's open. Come on, little scaredy duck. Oh, come on, girl. Are you a golden layer? I think she might be a golden layer. Hold on, let's get you outside. There, the gate's open. There you go. Now you're running. Hey pup, you gonna keep an eye on the chickens? That's Bert's job. You just wanna play ball, huh? Hey Sammy, how you doing? You're looking good. Look at that tail feather flying. I'll open this gate so nobody gets stuck. They can just pass right through. Where are they going? The chickens have been destroying my gardens, and as spring gets here, I really need to have that stop. I typically try and make some nice gardens during the summer, so I don't want them tearing them all up all year. We're gonna need more fences, Bonnie. Yeah. One thing I want to do is to move this chicken tank over in front of the holly and the empress tree here. That way we'll have access to bring the backhoe down through the fence line here and clean up some of the wood chips, as well as access back into that corner. That's a low corner that floods out every time we get some heavy rains. And back behind the barn here, I have a big pile of dirt. Most of this dirt I think came out of the pond that I dug down at the house, the koi pond. And we used some of it to level out around the barn and get it to slope away from the barn so it's not flooding in there. But there's really no other space that we really needed up here. My hose froze last night. I'm hoping it's thawed out so I can get a little bit of water into the barn. Feels like it. We got a tiny bit of rain yesterday, a lot more wind than we got rain, but I'm hoping there's a little bit in there that I can give the ducks and the chickens a change out. Okay. That sounded like water flowing. Oh yeah, there's water in there. But back here in this open area, I'm planning on closing it off with a fence along this edge line here. That's actually the property line. We don't own the cornfield. So from the turkey hut over there, I want to bring a fence across to the corner and then up this line connecting to the duck pen. I have some posts laying here for the project. I just haven't gotten to that yet. The other thing I want to work on is getting that chicken run that my dad got built. I want to put it up here on the corner where I can still see it from the house. It'll be right behind the duck pen. It's a fully caged in coop, so I want to put it up here where they'll still be safe. And my plan is to put Bert and all the snowballs in there so they can end up being a pure breed, and I can maybe sell hatching eggs or even hatch out some of the purebred light Brahmas. And that'll also give the other ladies a little bit of a break from Bert. It's in this box here. My dad got it off a discount website, so I'm not even sure if it has all the pieces inside. It looks like it's just over 6 feet wide, just under 12 feet long, and probably 5.5 feet tall. I don't know what all it's going to take to build this thing, and I don't know if I can get it done today, but I want to get it out so I can see the pieces and see what all it's going to take. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't make a mess, bud. What are you whining about, puppy? Is there something living in my gourds? I am not emptying out all these gourds, puppy. There's probably a mouse at the bottom of these gourds. We're not dumping the barrels today. You already dumped one. Well, I was kind of concerned with the size and the weight of the box, but it looks like this thing is fully packed with everything I need. Looks like we have some type of solid tarp, hopefully rainproof. We have zip ties to probably attach the fence and everything. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, we get a tarp roof and then a cage all the way around. Looks like the cage is, I don't know if that's metal or not. But we have a lot of fittings and pieces here, and it looks like a big bag of hardware. Oh, and a pair of gloves. It looks like most of it's just these push buttons to put together, so this might actually go really quick. All right, I think I'm gonna get some of this out so I can lay out the pieces and understand how it's gonna go together. My dad's supposed to be home later today, and if I can get his help, I might be able to get this thing put together before tonight when the snow comes. Pop, you gonna be helping or you just gonna be hunting my gourds? Okay. Yeah, I see what you chose. Puppy, we're building right now. We're not hunting. I think I have everything laid out here, so we just have to figure out how they all go together. What are you doing, bud? Those are my gourds. I gotta do crafts with these and restock the farm stand. Alright, this should go pretty easy. Everything's supposed to just snap together, so hopefully I can just find the right pieces and start popping them in. That's what it's supposed to look like in the end. Oh, Pop. These chickens are making a lot of noise. Chickens are so destructive in the garden, but I love walking through and finding them like this. Just sunbathing under a rhododendron and a hemlock. Oh, Pop. Rufio keeping an eye on them. Good job, Rufio. Alright, it's been an hour and I got the whole frame built here. I even got the chicken wire fencing wrapped around the sides and over the top. So now I just have to cover the front and the back. On the front here, I'm missing the 2 bolts that are supposed to hold the door in place. Actually on both corners, so 4 bolts. I got the nuts, but they just didn't supply the bolts. What, Poppy? Are the chickens trying to get through the fence? What are you guys doing? You trying to dig underneath? Look at all them. All dust bathing in a dry spot. You got a good spot, huh? Look at that filth. Just a pile of chickens. Up, up. But yeah, I didn't realize this was going to be chicken wire fencing, so that's not going to protect them at night here. So I'm going to have to rewrap the whole bottom section with a stronger mesh. But I need to run down to the house and get a drink, and then we can come back up and try and finish. And maybe I can try and find a bolt that'll fit this nut. What's going on, Sammy? You're always helping the ladies. We got one of them stuck in a fence, bud. Are you stuck, girl? Yeah, you are. Can't get out that way, huh? Always Sammy to the rescue. Thanks, buddy. Is that your girlfriend, buddy? Lucy's always the one getting stuck. Hey, Mumbles, just checking in, girl. You guys need some fresh water? You ate all the greens out of the water. Now you need freshened up? All right. You enjoying all the open space? You're getting some pin feathers on your head, Mumbles. You're not going to be bald forever, huh? All right, my dad came home and he's going to move the wood chips for me. So I need to get the chicken tank out of the way. And the tank does have wheels. Hey, Pants. All right, that gives him enough room to go down the fence line. I think first I'm gonna have him tighten up the compost pile and get that rotated. And then he's gonna have to work his way through the wood chips so he can get all the way back to the end there. But I'm gonna put this back up on bricks because we are supposed to get some snow tonight. Yeah, that should be enough room to get in here. Ladies, you're gonna have to take a break. We're gonna rotate the compost on you. The ducks are enjoying life out in the field. What are you doing, pup? All right, I'm gonna get back to work on this chicken run here. He did find me some bolts down in the garage that can replace the ones that were missing. So I'm gonna get this door mounted and then get as much of this fence on as I can. It's 4 o'clock. We still have some sunlight left. Hey, Gina. Is it your turn to dust bath or dust bathe? All right, the compost is turned. The chickens were all over it, but I threw some feed over there in the pen so they'd get out of the way of the backhoe. He's gonna start bringing down some loads of soil now. He opened up the path here, got the mulch out of the way, and spread some of it underneath the hemlock row over here. We just cut some of the branches out of the way so they're not rubbing the backhoe as he drives through. But he's gonna work on filling in this lower area up to the fence at least, because I don't want to pull this fence out right now. So we're gonna leave the fence in and just start filling in from the fence back. Up. Or maybe from up here until the fence. Whatever he wants to do. Hey, Pop, let's get back to work. Ducks, what are you doing up there? They're all coming from behind the barn. It's gonna be a lot of buckets. Oh, look, the witch hazel's blooming. Gorgeous. The witch hazel's blooming right now. It's not all blooming, but it's coming into bloom right now. All right, I got the backside all fenced up now. It's all around the sides and the top already. I just have to finish off the front end. All right, I have the whole thing wrapped up with the fencing. I did just put the bare minimum wire ties on just to attach everything and get it cut to size. In the directions they said cut some triangles and cut them to fit these 2 panels here, but what I did was just stand it up and wrap it the whole way around the front, the same exact way I did the back, and then I zip tied all the way around the door and everything, so I can just cut an opening for the door and it should just open right up. Right now it's completely shut with the fencing, but once I cut that, it should open up with the door and everything should work just fine. Up pop. I don't think he's going to be able to use up that whole pal. I really wasn't expecting to get this done today, but we got the whole thing built and I got it wrapped with the chicken wire. It's definitely not in condition where I can put the birds in here, but I'm just really happy to get it up. And since I did the chicken wire going around the front like I did, whenever we open up the door, it gives it a little bit of a spring back effect, so it will shut behind me whenever I go in there. Just a nice little bonus feature. I didn't get the top tarp on yet, but I want to get all this chicken wire strapped on before I do that. But I got done just in time. The snow's actually starting to fly out here. It's just barely starting, but we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches tonight, so we'll see what it looks like in the morning. Up. Get all this cleaned up and put away in the barn. I was never planning on getting one of these and keeping my birds in a cage, but my dad got this, like I said, on discount, and I just have it. So I think it'll be nice to try and keep the chickens in and get some purebred chicken eggs. Come on, pup. He's got a cab in there and heat if he wants to turn it on, so he can keep going. Good boy. Tearing up the ground, but this was the best day for it. It was still a little bit cold and the ground wasn't soggy wet. The ladies are almost ready to turn in. Definitely made a trail going back there. All we're really doing back here is raising up the soil level so it doesn't flood as much during heavy rains. And I had them spread some of the mulch underneath the hemlock row here because I do want to eventually fence in these hemlocks so the chickens have them to go underneath. Because during the year I like to keep my gardens looking nice and I don't like the chickens scratching through it during the summer. Come on, pup, get your ball. Good boy. That's going to be all for this one. If you want to keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. If you liked the video, hit the like button before you leave. And if you want to support the channel even more, check out that join button. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.